dark.
Yeah, it is.
Well, this is like the old days. Let's see. So we're live. Yay. So, Cora, before you, I did Whiny Wednesday, and it was in the dark, in crappy lighting. I say crap in front of her.
Yeah, I mean, I'm used to it.
She's used to it. Yeah. Can I like my own thing? Like it. No, I can't. I wanted to like my own video. But it was like just like this. It was just like this, like dark, hanging out on the couch. Cora won't be staying, but she wanted to say hello. Hello. Can you believe?
Can we wait till someone's on?
There's someone on.
I want to wait till there's a few more people.
You're gonna wait? Oh, you need a big audience? Oh, she bougie. Oh, they left. They were sad you weren't. It wasn't enough. You can't care about how many people are on, don't you know? Fine. And people watch this on replay too. So anyway, so we don't want to have too much chat. We're talking to the people, right? Yeah. We don't have to care about anything else. The people that are here and listening.
And the wine.
And the wine, which is Justin. I've never heard of it.
And the donuts.
And a bag of donuts. Everyone, get your wine, get your donuts.
Get your chocolate bars.
Chocolate bars. Cora had a nice little chocolate marshmallow thing earlier, but she's not staying. As cute as she is, she needs to get showered and go to bed.
I'll be your little assistant who hands you stuff until Dad comes down.
She's going to be my assistant. So it might take a few minutes to get out the news out to the world that WINEY Wednesday is here. There's like a lot of updates for people who have not followed. Oh my gosh, Kayla, hello. Kayla says hello to you, Cora. Oh my gosh. I don't know if you're the same Kayla. I remember a Kayla, though, that was on a lot. Yeah, I mean, it's been years, right? So, yes, I am thinking about bringing it back if it goes well and the people want it back. But Kayla, Cora wanted so many. Christy, Kayla, Cora, that was you? Oh my gosh. Did you get married? Is your last name different? I'm having flashbacks. Well, welcome home. We're all here. So Cora's gonna go, but say hello, and she's gonna go shower and go to bed. Though she is off tomorrow. That's a fun thing to talk about. But yes, you did get married a year and 6. Well, congratulations. Woo!
Go, and I might be on the next podcast.
On the next podcast. Well, not the next one, but yes, one of the upcoming podcasts. I don't know, Kayla, if you know I have a podcast, if you've been following me recently or not, but I have a podcast about narcissistic abuse. Well, April, oh my gosh, you're having a baby? Oh my goodness. Congratulations. Oh, we love babies. Do we know what the gender is? Okay, let's everybody, now that we've got a couple people here. Callie, I know it's not you. Sorry, Callie, but you're having a grandbaby. You're I mean, that's basically the same thing, but you don't have to always clean up the doodles and deal with the crying all night, right? Just kidding. You probably will. You'll have your moments. I'm sure you're going to watch that baby. Yes, that is so awesome. Okay. So it's a boy. Oh my God, how exciting. How far along is she? So first of all, know what we need to do? Should we pour first or sing first? I think I used to sing into the bottle. Is that right? Here's Justin. I'm going to sing right into Justin. It's WINEY Wednesday. It's WINEY Wednesday. Yeah. Sorry, I haven't done this in so long. I actually feel like almost nervous about it. 5 months. Oh my gosh. Well, I actually have my OG WINEY Wednesday glass. Mary, if you're watching, thank you for this. An old friend had this made for me when I was doing my WINEY Wednesdays. I thought it was the cutest thing ever. And isn't that a cute glass? It says WINEY Wednesdays on it. I don't know. It brings back memories, doesn't it? It's WINEY Wednesday. I mean, it's been so long. So I'm going to pour my glass. Now I'm a mom. I'm old. I can't get like crunk over here. Though it's bringing back all the memories and all the crunk fun we had together. No, I usually didn't get too crunk. Sometimes I got a little buzzed, let's be honest. I remember there was one time, I wish Denise was on here. Denise! Should I message her? I'll message her just in case. Marie, oh my gosh, it's Whiny Wednesday. I decided to want Whiny Wednesday. Let me message Denise to see if uh, if she gosh, is she even on here anymore? Did she abandon me? Oh my gosh, I don't even see her on my freaking thing. Oh my gosh, maybe she's off Instagram. Um, shoot, is there a way to search your messages? Oh yeah, Denise. Hold on, let me see. Throwback the Whiny Wednesday sticks out the most, the one where you told the parking garage story. Which parking garage story? When the guys chased me? Oh my gosh. When the three dudes. Oh, there she is. Hey, I'm gonna leave her voice message. Hey Denise, we're on live on Whiny Wednesday. If you want to join, we have some OGs here. We're all waiting. Hope you can join. We're on. It's 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Wednesday. Maybe we'll make it a thing. Hop on if you're here. Okay, she's gonna be like, what? Georgia. I have not talked to Georgia. I have no idea. Georgia, Eileen, like all these OGs. It's crazy. It's just crazy. Where's Eileen? Can we get Eileen up in here? This is so funny. Let's see. I'll leave her a message too. I'm like on here live doing messages. Eileen, we're on live doing a Whiny Wednesday. Some OGs hanging out on YouTube if you get this. I have not chatted with her since 2020, I think. So anyway, yeah, I haven't kept up with everybody, and maybe we can restart, get some people back. So, April, I don't know if you followed, I know that Marie joins me in the morning a lot in my little makeup stuff, and we do my chats. So she's all caught up in my life. Cheers, by the way. So this is David. David. I'm renaming wines. This is a great start. Justin, Sauvignon Blanc. The grapes in Justin Sauvignon Blanc are grown throughout the Central Coast and retain great acidity. Good. I can't wait for the acid reflux to occur, while also achieving rich tropical fruit flavors. Okay. With aromas of grapefruit. I don't even like grapefruit. Why did I get this? And citrus, along with subtle notes of passion fruit. This superb Sauvignon Blanc is delicious, served by itself or grilled seafood or poultry. Well, I don't have grilled seafood or poultry. I have a bag of donuts, and you should too. You have your Mountain Dew. Cheers, Marie. Let's everyone cheers. 1, 2, 3. Cheers to Whiny Wednesday. And slurp. Good stuff. The passion fruit thing just made me think of, so if you don't know, my daughter, Cora, now she's freaking almost 9 years old. Cheers. She has allergies like peanut, sesame, and they're like high. So we have to be all careful and annoying at the restaurants. So I found this new restaurant that they're like really good with allergies. Cheers, Marie. And that's my reminder. Another thing I want to talk about, perimenopause, and how I've forgotten everything in life now going through perimenopause. I think I am. We'll see how the next few periods go. So we found this restaurant, and I was all excited, like, oh, they're really good with allergies. So she wanted pizza. They were like, yep, no problem. It's like on a tortilla, so it's not even bread that might have sesame contamination. Tomato, they like all the ingredients, looked at everything, great. And then she got a passion fruit lemonade, and there's nothing with that. It's just, fruit and lemonade, whatever. So she's eating, and after about 5 minutes, she's like, my throat feels like hurts. And I'm like, what do you mean? She drank and she's like, it's like hard to swallow. And I was like, it's a nightmare for an allergy mom, right? Or anyone with allergies themselves, probably worse than me. Let me just make it about me. She was probably not too excited in the moment. And she's like, yeah. And I'm like, well, just drink water. And I'm like trying to remain calm, which I'm Christy. No, in big situations, I'm actually very calm. Are any of you like that? Where like, I have all this anticipation anxiety, but when shit actually goes down, I'm like, I'm a rock superhero. How can I help you? It's really weird. So I was like, okay, just drink water. You're fine. Just everything's fine. I'm cool, man. Then she's like, it really hurts. And I'm like, oh my God. And I'm like looking for a rash, like, and then she's like, it just feels big. And I'm like, so I'm like, keep drinking your water, even if it hurts. Just drink water because that helps with allergens. I'm just thinking, I'm like, so I pull my EpiPen out, getting ready to stab my daughter's thigh. I almost said thigh bone. The thigh bone's connected. Yes, I have an EpiPen, but I was waiting because sometimes, sometimes I don't want to say I didn't have to. Sometimes I say Cora's not dramatic, but she's very sensitive to pains or just think like she'll notice and she's so verbal. You know that. Like if you've been following me since she was a baby, she like woke up this morning inside my head. That's the wrong words, but you get my point. So I waited, kept having her drink, waited a few minutes. I'm like, have my EpiPen out on the table. And and I was like, all right. And she was like, yeah, I'll just sit here. So I just kept making her drink water, 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 water. And then it started eventually feeling better. And I was thinking in the back of my mind while this is going on, and I have like the EpiPen ready. I even pulled out the little end of it so it could go faster if we needed it. Like, cause you pull out like the top off and then you have to like turn something down here. Anyway, so I pulled the top off just to make it a little quicker if I had to do it. And I was like, maybe it's just like all the acidity from the passion fruit, or maybe she is aggravated by the passion fruit. But you know how that can be topical, like it's really acidic, like this. Mhm. So it eventually we walked around and like everything was fine. I just kept making her drink water. And we had leftovers from the pizza. So that next day I got my EpiPen out. I was like, okay, eat the pizza. Which is weird, but like she was fine. So it wasn't the pizza. It was obviously the drink and probably the acidity. But I was like, am I a bad mom that I'm like, let's see if if it's this. Because that's literally how I found out she was allergic to sesame. Was she had hummus the first time, got a rash. And I was brand new to allergies, so I just was like, "Oh, it's just like a topical thing, maybe because there's lemon in there, babies are sensitive." She was like 1 maybe when she had it. And then I gave it to her like a week later, and she got it again, and I was like, "Oh, mommy's gotta learn. I gotta learn quicker." So then we took her to the doctor and tested her, and she was allergic to sesame. But she didn't need an EpiPen. Yeah, how else would I know? That's true, April. Thank you. How would you know? How would you know? How will I know if he's thinking of me? Um, so that was just kind of a funny story. I'm trying to think the perimenopause thing, y'all. And like, I'm like, do we want to talk about this? Yeah, we do. Why don't more people? I feel like nobody prepared me. I heard of hot flashes. Okay. Sometimes I'm starting to get some hot flashes, but I'm like, am I just not dressed for the right season in the night? Because Maryland is like hot, cold, hot, cold, hot. It's crazy. We have like, there's like a graphic that's going around or has gone around for years, but it like shows like fake spring. And I don't know, tell me if you can relate like where you live. I don't know if it's global warming. I don't know what it is, but it's like there used to be 4 strict seasons, right? Fall was chill and cool. Then it got a little colder in November, went straight to winter. Winter's like death winter all the way through. Then it was, oh, it's spring. It gets a little warmer, 60s, 70s. Then summer hits, 80s, some, 90s days. And in the winter, it can go like, it would go down pretty cold. Now it's less. It's going less cold. Um, but now in the last 10 years, and then it's gotten worse the last few years, which is why this graphic came. It is like when I asked my doctor, she told me to read a book. Well, that's helpful, right, Marie? Oh my gosh. Yeah, that's lovely. Read a book. Thanks, doc. Thank you. So it went up and down, up and down. Yeah, I asked my doctor, and she said, "Tell me, like, let's test you when you're further in to see if you are." Because I'm like, "Can you test me or tell me like some things I can use, supplements that might help?" She's like, "Well, if all you have right now is like your period's a little off and like a hot flash here or there. She's like, that's not really in it. I'm like, it feels in it. I can't even remember who the fuck I am or where I put my keys. Damn, where are my keys? And I don't know how old you are, Kayla. You're probably not approaching, so this may not pertain, but I'm preparing you because no one prepared me. I will say it depends on the person, right? So the hot flashes are bothersome. Yeah. My mom went through like 14 years of hot flashes, basically. So I'm like, I hope I don't take after her. But my grandma was like, I had one hot flash and then my period was gone. I'm like, she had the best life, but she also had twins. She had to deal with twins. That's a lot of work. You're 29. You got a ways, yeah. I'm 43. Don't be surprised if it rears its ugly head a little early. It depends. They say you take after your maternal side usually. And I don't know that I'm like really in it. I just think, and it can be like very gradual, but my monthly this month was like, what's happening? It like showed up and was like, hello. It like peeked out like this. It was like, are you there? And then it hid for a few days. Then it came out and was like, I'm back. And then it was like, no. And then it came back and was like, rah. And that's our relationship. I hope it's not our permanent relationship. You had a baby at 42? Yeah. April. Look at you. You were still going strong. Maybe because I didn't use up my baby genes and I adopted. It's like, oh, I guess we're not needed. That's what my eggs look like. They're ready to go. So, oh, another thing. I'm going to talk quiet about this one. But my hubsy, we might be breaking him in to get a dog. So do any of you guys have dogs? I want you to tell me the full honest truth. You've never heard a person describe a period like you did. My period was awful. Or did you mean that whole situation or my actual period? Because my period in general is awful. It's like, yeah, it's like hell. It's like a murder scene. Nobody needs to hear about it again. We'll switch to dogs. A blue heeler. I don't even know what that is. Oh, tell me. I was funny. Oh, and how I described it. Oh, thank you. I'm sure it was lovely. Because it's a show. I mean, it is a full on. It's not a matinee. It is like a late night thriller. My period. It is, and not just how deathly it is. The pain of like the million. Yeah, I mean, I feel like when I describe it, like there's a million little people with knives just jabbing all over all of my woman organs. And then there's also like, don't worry, the pain doesn't stop there. It travels down to my knees and my back, of course. And then on top of that, there is the weakness and the dizziness and from all of that loss. Thank you. Yeah, you hated the cramps. Yeah, I'm not going to miss those at all. I mean, they're horrendous. I have to literally like plan my life around it. And that's why now it's like, well, what do I do now? He's peaking and he's going, he's peaking. Like I can't, how am I supposed to plan anything? I'm going to be flakier than I already am. Hysterectomy. I thought about it, April. I thought about it. We'll see how it goes. It might be. I might say I might do the one where they just take part of it out. So what is a blue healer? Is that what is that, a small, medium, or large? Because you're at McDonald's now. We're gonna order him up. But what kind of dog? Short hair, long hair? I want details. I need a hypoallergenic, small, good with kids dog. So I've thought about like I love Yorkies and like I don't know, Maltese, are those Bichons? What am I, Paris fucking Hilton? Best thing you did it. April, you did it. Toy poodle. Yeah, but see, I was petting a poodle last night. That's really weird. I was there petting my poodle last night. I pet a poodle last night and I was like really getting in there to see if I was allergic because I'm allergic to dogs. Cora's not. And I was like stuffing my hand and they're like, oh, that's great. You know, they probably thought I was a little weird. I was really getting in the mat, but I was like looking because with my mom's dog, I'll get she has Australian Kelpies, and I get bumps every time I pet them because their fur and the whatever. And I know no dog is like truly hyperallergenic. I know it. Don't yell at me, people. I've gotten a lot when I say hypoallergenic. People are like, there's actually no such thing as hypoallergenic. Okay, Christy, you're wrong. You're wrong. Like, okay. So the closest to hypoallergenic we can get. I said hyperallergenic. Ooh, there it is. She's an Australian cattle dog. Oh, look at that. I was just talking about the Australian Kelpie. Nova, what a cute name. Oh, medium with short hair. So fun. So cute. I love dogs. So Cora's been wanting one for years. And I'm on the fence, honestly. I'm worried about, I don't know how I trust like dog kennels. Can you share with the group, anybody, even on replay, if you're not on live, if you're on replay, share with the group about your experience with dog kennels. And share with the group, because I know like I feel as extroverted as I am, you'd think I have no problem like asking for favors or asking I'm no like I do not want to ask like even my neighbors that I feel comfortable with and like I've helped them like watch their dog or gotten their mail. I feel weird. I'm whispering like they're in here with me. Why are my neighbors in my house? I feel like I'm doing it again. You have a 9-year-old son, but so much more work than it'd be. Oh gosh. Oh gosh. I know. That's why I'm worried. Maybe I'll get like a 2-year-old. Are they still like work at 2? I mean, I know they work forever, but you have to like doggy train them, right? They all go in their kennels. I mean, like the kennels that you like go to, like where people take care of them, and they don't get like weird, like kennel cough and diseases. I'm such an anxiety-ridden fool. Labradoodle and Bichon Frise miniature schnauzer. Yeah, yeah. I heard Labradoodles, though they can take on labs sometimes, which is not hypoallergenic. I think, right? Your neighbor watches. Yeah, that's the thing. I feel like I'm doing it again. The voice is like they're listening, and they might know I want to watch them to watch my imaginary dog. My neighbors watch our dog, no cage. Oh, you're talking about cage, yeah. I mean, like, wait, well, you can't leave him in a cage for like a week in your house, right? Do you? I won't tell anybody. I whisper all the time, so no one will hear me. They're hypoallergenic. Yes, those dogs. Labs by themselves are because I've heard different things about when they mix up two little breeds and they're like, "Oh, anything with poodle is hypoallergenic." And people on I look at these like Reddit things, people are vicious. They get really upset about this stuff. They're like, "No, I had one and my son had a reaction, his whole face swole up." I mean, people get really angry about this when you go out for a night. Yeah. What if I want to go to Italy, guys? I'm not going there anytime soon. But what if I want to go there? What's that? Where are you? I don't even know. I have this artwork. I don't even know. Somewhere in the Southwest. Okay. What if I want to go Southwest? I want to go fly there. I could take my little dog like people do in the plane. I could be that person. I kind of want to again a great experience. Okay. Yeah. I guess that's the thing. And I do have a lot of people. I know a lot of people. Oh, what am I, Donald Trump? I know a lot of people around here. I got a lot of friends. I'm just going to say it. I'm great at friending. I'm really good with the people. Labradoodles are safe. That's why they were bred together. Well, Marie, don't go on Reddit. They will eat you alive if you say that on there. So yes, I think I want smaller than that though, because Labradoodles are basically like lab size, right? It's so funny. Let me show y'all how. You all know I'm tacky. Y'all know I'm not classy. I don't claim to be. This is what I've got going on. I'm going to show you how really. I want you to take that in. I'm going to make this. I wish I could screenshot this right now. I'll have to like screenshot it from the video later. But look at this. Look how ghetto. But this thing, I live with this thing by my side on this pull-out couch. I am an old 43-year-old perimenopausal woman now, okay? This isn't pre-kids anymore. This is, I've had it. I have my drink here, my pizza on Friday nights. We lay here, we watch a movie every Friday. We have family night. I don't have wine. I don't really drink wine like when Cora's around, and I don't drink often like I used to. I drink wine now, but it's not as often, not as much. I know, we had our glory times. But I will have my little ginger ale with my pizza and my remote control tucked in one of the holes. And we sit and we watch movies, and it's like a whole new world. But I will say, I'm getting back socialized more. Hold on, you don't want my dog's golden retriever, husky, and chihuahua. Oh, yeah, no. Chihuahuas are barky, but they're so cute. They are barky. I love golden retrievers. Oh my gosh. I wish, like, my husband definitely won't do a big dog. I do have to whisper about him because he will hear me. He's in here. Is he with my neighbors? Cora has ears for ears, by the way. She could hear me from like the South Pole. It's amazing. So oh, what was I saying? Oh, I am getting more social again. Like during COVID, we had to be extra careful, so I wasn't going out today. Tomorrow night, I'm going out to a ladies' night. Ladies' night at this place called Brew and Barrel, I think it's called. With some friends. It's actually like 100 of my closest friends. And then Friday, I'm going out with my neighbor, next door neighbor. I can't talk to her. She might hear about our plans. So we're gonna go out to dinner. A pug. Pugs, in my experience, are barky. Are they barky? Are the puggies barky? I don't know. Why am I I'm not that anti-barky. I think I'm trying to make this as easy on the husband as possible because he likes dogs. He just doesn't want one. He's never wanted an animal. We kind of, when we got married, we're like, yeah, we're not animal people. I mean, I love them, but I don't want the responsibility. But then you have a kid and then she cries about dogs and you feel bad and you have only child mother guilt. Did I miss the Whiny Wednesday theme song? Oh, you want me to do it again? Jesus? Is it Jesus? It's Whiny Wednesday. It's Whiny Wednesday. Yeah. Remember, it's hard to go that low, especially in my old age. Actually, shouldn't my vocal cords, do they drop? Do they drop like a man's testicles? I don't know what that meant. I'm sorry, I'm vulgar. I love pugs. I've always wanted one, but they're known to have breathing issues. Oh, breathing issues and barking issues. Maybe get a cat. I am very allergic to cats. I am not mild, I'd say medium allergic to dogs, highly allergic to the cats. I grew up with them and I was already allergic, so that's why I had to take medicine the rest of my life, still on it. But when I went out of the house and started mingling with all the people, sometimes I'd have some man friends who would have some cats, and then it was like it was almost like I was a little more immune by having them in my house. So by the time I graduated, I left the house at 19. By the time I came back, it had only been a few years being away from cats. But I'd say by 24, I couldn't even like spend the night. And one of my best friends had cats. I could not. I had to leave her house in the middle of the night. I'd take like 2 Claritin and be like, I'm fine, right? Like I trooped through. And then one night I was like, oh my God, I'm wheezing. I've never wheezed before. Weezer. If I had a cat, I'd have to name it Weezer. Corgi. Cora loves corgis. I said that too loud. She's going to flip out. Corgis. Are they hypoallergenic? I hate that word. I always want to say hyper. Hyperallergenic. I'm just going to say hyper. I don't care what anyone says. That's the new word we're using. I want to look up corgi. They're sweet. I love Yorkies. I don't know why. Maybe because I lived with them. My old roommate had a Yorkie. And it was my little buddy. My other roommate tricked me. I might have told you guys this story, but I mean, who knows? It's been like years since we've had these chats. But my one roommate, we met. She liked me. I liked her. We actually, to decide if we were compatible before we decided to move in together, we had just met through Craigslist, I think it was. Yeah, safety first. We were like, let's go away to the beach together and we'll see if we're compatible. we got hammered great together. It was great. I was like, I don't know, 26, something like that. We went away to the beach, got hammered, had a blast. We're like, yes, we loved each other, all the drunk hugs and kisses and like, let's move in together. Yeah, this is so fun. And she was a fun roommate, great. But she had a dog and she told me that it was a Rhodesian Ridgeback. Is that how you say it? Mm. It was a pit bull. I had said that I was a little afraid of pit bulls. And don't judge me. I know everyone's like, they're the sweetest. I'm sorry. I'm me, okay? You can't take away my soul. Yorkies are sweet. My neighbor has one. Yeah, I love Yorkies. That's where, see my little heart? No, it's over. Where is it? In here somewhere? What am I, a doctor? I don't know where my heart is. Somewhere down there, my black heart holds a little Yorkie face in it. I love it. Should we name, if we get a Yorkie, should I name it Blackheart? I really want to name it Snoop because you guys, why am I whispering again? A teacup Yorkie. Yes. Oh my gosh. Probably step on it. They're so tiny. Can't even see them. What if it sneaks out like a little, what if I have a little hole somewhere and she's gone? What if I don't know about a little rat hole? Yeah. Yeah. Do you guys know about the bat story? Because I feel like I did a Whiny Wednesday. I feel like, I mean, it was, because I've done a few Whiny Wednesdays in here. I feel like this needs to be a more weekly thing, though. I miss it. Do you guys know the bat story? Tell me if you know the bat story. I'll take a sip while I wait. If you want to hear the bat story, check yes. Check yes. Check no if you don't want to hear a bat story. As in a bat, as in my house. Call it Houdini. Yeah, Houdini. No, that's going to like manifest it creeping out everywhere. I had a gerbil who used to always get out of the cage. Woke up one day, guy was on my face, chewing on my nose. Okay, Kayla, here we go. Bat story. All right, here we go. Why am I doing this weird dance? I don't know. Okay, picture it. 2018 or 2019 here in this house. You remember, April? Okay, so sorry, April. I'll say it quickly, but I was sitting here peaceful in my little living room. Marie's like, yeah, all the checks. I was sitting here and I hear a noise and I'm like, what is that? And I couldn't kind of figure out. I knew somewhere in this direction and the light was on. And then I hear the noise and I kind of look over. I was like, something by the light? Something by the light? I just thought it was something falling or whatever. I wasn't thinking that it was an animal in my house because I don't live in a zoo. And then I see, okay, so we have like one of those lampshades, kind of like, they call them boob shades, like from the ceiling, but it was like a lamp stick. I don't know words anymore. I'm in perimenopause and I don't know words. A lamp stick is what I'm calling it. A floor lamp, okay? Floor lamp, and it has one of those frosted white lampshades, but it's like this instead of this. You know what I mean? Okay. So hope you're following my boob lamp story. And I see, as I'm looking and listening, I see a shadow, a dark shadow on the other side of the frosted glass. So I can't see through it. It's not clear glass, so I can't see what it is. I just see a creepy ass shadow. And I was like, okay, that's moving. And I'm staring at it, literally like panic struck in where I'm just like, don't know what to do. I'm like, what would be in the lamp? And at that point, I didn't have perimenopause. So I was like thinking pretty clearly, let's go down the list of what animals it's not a gorilla, not an alligator, a mouse. It's got to be a mouse. Like people have mice in their houses sometimes. And I do like cheese. Maybe it's a mouse. And then I'm like, mice don't climb like smooth surfaces. And I see it again. I'm like, is that a wing? Is that a friggin' wing? And so I was scared to yell by it. So I like tiptoed over to the hallway and I was like, Mike, up the steps. He's like, what? And I'm like, come here. He's like, well, okay. I was like, bird. bird. Like, I didn't know. I didn't know. I was like, mouse or bird, something. I still was hoping it was a mouse, but mice don't fly, last I checked. So, oh my gosh, I can't even tell you. And I was standing here. So I'm standing now, like on the other side of this room. The lamp's over on this side. And he has gotten a chair so he can look over it because it's like a taller lamp. So he gets on a chair and he looks over and he's like, his face. And I was like, a bird? And he's like, and I was like, what? And he was like, it's a bat. And I was like, no, no. Like I couldn't even digest that. Like I couldn't even swallow that information. Like, no, it's not a fucking bat. There's no bat in our house. No. And he was like, no, definitely. I'm like, are you sure? Are you sure? Yeah. So he gets a side of a box, basically like tore a box apart. And he comes back and he slides it over the top of the boob, right? Like on top, so there's no space for the bat to get out. Ew, the heebie-jeebies in my I feel gross. I feel creepy. Okay. And he's like, all right. And he has to hold the boob and the box. And then I go around and I grab the stick, aka floor lamp stand. I grab that and we take the lamp out of the house into the driveway. And we put it on the driveway, but we like rotate, we lay it down on the ground so the bat can crawl out. And it kind of just like falls out of the boob lamp and is just like laying there. We pick the lamp back up. I actually recorded it and I'm trying to think, was it maybe Cora recorded me or something? I just remember me jumping around, scampering, like screaming. Like I was so scared of this thing flying at me and trying to murder me. And it just lay there. I was like, did it die of shock? Like, oh my God, it's dead. It was just like those little bat wings in our driveway. And I was like, do we have a bat funeral? Like, what do we do? And then Mike brings the lamp inside, and I'm like, all right, Cora, come in. And then it's just laying there. And then I forget, I don't honestly remember how long it took, but I went back out and it was gone. No, no, Marie. It played dead. And I looked it up, and bats play dead to trick you before they murder you. It didn't murder me. Or did it? Am I just a ghost? That's where WINEY Wednesday went. It was after the bat. He got me. So after that, of course, I had like the bat investigator team. That's what I'm going to call them. Come in. I did. I called it. It was like, I don't even know, $300. I was like, excuse me, like my donut phone. Guys, yeah, bat situation. I need you to check every orifice of my house. Can you have an orifice of the house? I don't know. It sounds good though. So they came, they went everywhere, looked at everything, didn't find anything. It's just crazy. And then so we got one of those sonar things that like goes, and then I don't know, months later, someone came to look at the dryer vent. There's a dryer vent, and like we also had like a bird nest in there. The animals really love us. But when he was clearing that out, the bird nest, there was like a village of birds, and I'm sorry, some of them are dead. This rest in peace. I'm sorry. I don't know, I think they get burned. This is turning out to be a horrible story. But that's a thing. So make sure you clean out your vents. The people before us hadn't cleaned it out, so it had backed up and was like birds like to like nuzzle in the furry debris in that hose, your laundry hose, dryer vent. I call it a laundry hose. This could be like a whole new thing, like perimenopause vocabulary, where I just make up new words for everything because I can't remember the real words. So there it was, the fuzzy laundry hose. But there were two baby little birds that were dead outside in the rocks, like right outside of where the vent is. Anyway, the guy cleared that out and he was like, oh, you have this opening over here, da da da. And I was like, oh, he's like, yeah, like, I mean, animals could literally crawl into your house through here. It was like someone hadn't closed off another vent area that wasn't being used. And I was like, that's probably where the baddie came from. Mr. Bat. Like the bats. In the summer, they come like if we're eating and it's dusk. Wee, wee. My new language, you like it? It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be a lot of fun. It's gonna be great. It'll probably get even worse. It'll be like I'm drunk, but I'm totally sober because my language is just off. Um, so yeah, at night we'll be if it's dusk, all of a sudden I'll see a little and he like and then it's it. We're going inside. It's sad. Sometimes I want to eat with like, we have the oh good, here's another I can't bubble lights. That's not it. The outdoor patio lights. Isn't there a name for those? When I bought them, I think I looked them up by name that wasn't bubble lights, but the bubble lights, it's so romantic and we have little LED lights underneath our umbrella, like the patio umbrella. So it's like all at when it gets dark and like the lights, so romantic and summery. And then the little and they make like as they eat mosquitoes in the sky. Yeah, 40 minutes. Can you believe we've been together this long? Did you miss these? Did you miss it? I actually have to thank Carol. I should have told Carol. Oh, next week. So Carol is my friend. You guys may have followed her. I don't even know. We did a collab. We did makeup videos. She did makeup. She's actually like a makeup artist at MAC and stuff. You had a bird nest in your porch light and he emptied and a snake came in. Oh, heck no. No, no, April, no. I will not listen to your snake talk. I can't do it. Have you had snakes before? Are you more in country though, where you're a little more used to it? I act like I'm in New York City. I'm in suburbia. Now I have the heebie-jeebies though. I really do. Woo. Um, yeah, snakes. I'll tell you a horrible story that will traumatize you. Are you ready? It's not my story. I'm just gonna maybe I'll end with the snake story. Do you want it to end or do you want to keep going? I so miss this needs to be weekly again. My husband works out of town in the midday. Oh, good. And it's good for me too, right? Like we get to connect and hang. I love it. You live on a lake, yeah. So you got them river snakes. Them river snakes. And whenever I do an accent, guys, I I'm gonna offend you. I won't even say sorry. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I'm offensive. Just kidding. This is fun. Yay. Yeah. So um my friends who live in like a suburban areas, townhouse, suburban area, didn't have a lot of snakes around, so they thought one day one of them so it was a girlfriend of mine, she had a boy roommate and he I think had the basement room and he I believe was in the bathroom, I think it was him, and like lifted up the toilet and literally a huge snake came up and out of the toilet. I had nightmares just hearing about that. Like, can you friggin' can you? I can't even finish my sentence. Can you imagine opening a toilet or imagine sitting there and a python rips your ass apart? It wasn't a python, and no one's ass got ripped apart. But that's where my brain went because I have anxiety, so it goes to the worst case scenario. I'm like, oh my god, it was a python and it swallowed him whole. They're like, no, he just hit it back down and got a shovel and a bag and killed it. Actually, I don't know. I don't remember if they killed it or let it free. But when I worked in the church, and I had probably talked about this because when I worked at the church, I was doing WINEY Wednesdays. Um, he glad he didn't sit exactly. God, imagine if like he had the lights off, or why would you go? I don't know. There's a lot of imaginary stories I could create. When I worked at this church, I had heard that there were black snakes that lived in the boiler room. Like they lived on the boiler because it was warm, so they just swarm around. Like, oh, that's fun. And I had not seen them, and I did not go into that room ever because I didn't want to see them. I was like, oh, that's a fun part of the job. You could have highlighted that in your job description. Must be a snake charmer. So, one day though, I'm trying to think who I was letting in. I think it was like a maintenance dude. Yeah, maintenance dude. So he called and he's like, "Yeah, can you come around to the side door to let me in?" And I was like, "Yeah, here I come." And it was raining, and I came out the door, and he was saying he was on his way, he was about to be there, so he hadn't parked quite yet. So I opened the door, I'm like, and then I look down and there is I'm not kidding, the biggest snake. I personally, that wasn't in an aquarium or zoo that I've ever seen in my personal life. It was at least, I'd say five and a half. It was bigger than me. I'm 5'2". I laid down next to it. It won. Okay. No, I didn't lay down next to it, but it was like, it was big. And it was just laying there. But I was so amazed by this thing. This is not the reaction I would think I would have. I think I'd scream and run bloody murder. Run bloody good. We're on a great shifty snake. Yeah. I immediately was like, in this social media world, was like, they gotta see this. I pick up my phone, took a picture, and I'm like videoing, taking, and it's like right there. And the guy comes and parks. I'll read your thing in a second, Kayla. And the guy comes and parks, and he's like, "What are you?" And he was like, "Ma'am, get away from it. Get away." He's like screaming, like he looks terrified. And I'm like, "I'm just getting a couple pictures of the cute little snake." No, I didn't think it was cute. I was just in shock and had to like, I needed to be documented. So I moved back and he came and then he told me that he actually, while he was doing maintenance in the boiler room of our church, got bit by one of those snakes that was up there on the boiler, punctured his like I don't know, needless to say, he had permanent nerve damage all the way through his arm from the snake bite that like bit off a nerve here. So he literally cannot feel part of his arm because of little Mr. Snake that I was just like cradling and petting. When I was a kid, we had a snake come out from under our washer. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, that's so creepy. In a pillowcase. The good old pillow pillowcase for the snake. We lived in the middle of the woods. It's just a black snake. That's the thing, though. This black snake was harmless. The thing was, he said he had reached up. He didn't know there's snakes up there. He went to like tighten something or other. I'm making that. I don't even know. I'm just imagining. But he said he was doing some work there. I imagine he was cranking something or tightening something, and he grabbed the wrong crank, and it was a snake, and it bit him. Thank goodness for, yeah, pillowcases save lives. What else would we do? Mm, 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 mm. Snake time. Snake story time with Christy. But yeah, I mean, I'm not a big fan of creepy crawlies. I'm just not. I'm kind of also like, are dogs gonna tell me honestly? Do you get a lot of ticks? Tell me. Bring it. Bring on the truth. Let's have transparency hour. Hmm? Is there tick action? Spiders are far worse. I'm okay. I'm actually okay with most spiders, but if it gets past like, those big chunky guys that like, okay, no, when the bodies are like that big, which sometimes we get here, mostly in like fall when it's getting colder. I don't know. There's a certain time of year they come. But yeah, if there were big ass spiders, mm-mm, no, no. Mice, we had a mouse in Virginia. I actually literally fed it cheese. I was I was a little buzzed on wine. I was having a great night watching a Hallmark Channel film. We haven't had any ticks yet, but she's on a good flea tick treatment. Oh, ugh, limes. Yeah, limes. I know a lot of people that get it. It's very prevalent in Virginia and Maryland, but Virginia a lot. The swim in the lake and get them, the ticks. Well, I meant with the dogs, like do they April. Um, Deer ticks, yeah. We get them here. I mean, we have deer right here, like in suburbia. You're in West Virginia? Okay. Yeah, so it's similar. Yep. We get a good amount of ticks. Like the first week we freaking moved here, we were outside eating, and I'm like, "What's on Cora's headband?" And I look, and there's a tick. Here he is. So do we. Wait, you live in West Virginia, Marie? Yeah. Look, the gang's all here in the Virginia, Maryland, West Virginia area. Did we lose some people? I don't know. No, it's funny. It's like you all are talking, and it said there were 0 people here, but you all are talking. Now it says 3. You can never count on the numbers. Jesus dropped in. Is Jesus still there? Are you there, Jesus? Are you just listening to our chatter? It's like we're just talking about all sorts of like rodents and bugs. Um, my cats that I lived with at my okay, I have like 90 families if you remember that about me. My dad's on his 4th marriage. On his 3rd marriage, I lived with them during my summers in college, and they had um beautiful cats. What the hell are they called? Siamese cats. 3 Siamese cats, gorgeous. They had those blue eyes, and I mean, I was very allergic, and I was always like I always have allergies. I'm just like a big snotty mess. But they would kill cats because that was like that house was kind of back in the woods. So they would get the field mice and they would leave them as gifts for us. So I'd wake up in the morning and there would be a dead mouse next to my bed. That was my treasure. They were thanking me for all I did for them. Isn't that nice? But you know, cats do that. My son's dad is from Garrett County, Maryland. So we spent a lot of time in Maryland. It's so beautiful. I don't even know. And Maryland's a small state. Where's Garrett County? Let me look. Look. Trying to think of different. Maybe if I see. Oh, Deep Creek Lake. Yeah. I got you. I got you. Yes, I know where Deep Creek is. That's a very popular spot to travel. My friends go there every year. There's a group of my friends. I have different groups of friends. One of my groups of friends goes to Deep Creek. I think it's every year. Seems like they go every year. I know they went last year during COVID. I don't know. How is West Virginia? I imagine it wasn't. Was it that restricted in West Virginia with COVID? It's always packed with tourists. Yes. So did you always live there, Kayla? Um, I love Berkeley Springs in West Virginia. That is where we go. We were going every year, and then pandemic happened. We weren't traveling as much, but we'll probably. Well, I mean, I'm sure we'll go this year now because we're doing all the things again. Here we are, world. We're all vaccinated. I know we may. I Marie knows. Maria and I have some differences in political opinions, probably, um, but we talk about them and we respect each other. But if you don't know, you probably know. DC is very liberal. Outside of DC is very liberal, and it was very like tightened up with COVID. Oh, Morgantown. Okay. Um, so that being said, I forget what the whole point of that was. I got squirrely brain between perimenopause and my glass of wine. Actually, we're not doing too bad. We still got all that juice. COVID, yeah, but about how? Yeah, did you say how was West Virginia as far as um they're tightening up restrictions? Were they restricted at all? Yes, here very liberal. Um, I mean, very high vaccination rate. Very like Montgomery County is where I live. That was like a big controversy. Even in this liberal of an area, they kept masks on for so long that there were like protests and people getting pissed off. We didn't mind that much because my husband has a autoimmune. I don't know if you know about that situation. So he has sarcoid, which is autoimmune of the lungs, and my daughter has asthma. So we were kind of like, "That's cool, man. We okay if we don't get this whole COVID thing." Okay, a decent amount of restrictions. You have 4 times. Oh my gosh, long COVID. Yeah, that's the thing my husband's more scared of is like the long COVID, just because he's 50 and he has autoimmune. So it's like, He's no spring chicken with the spring chicken immunity. Well, your baby's a very early spring chicken and got long COVID, but and he's what you said 9? You had COVID twice, Marie. How are your symptoms and everything? Um, yeah, I don't know that I've had it. The only time I may have had it, which some of you already heard, was right when it started. They weren't testing or anything, but we went to Disney and the woman was really sick and her whole family was like deathly ill on the plane. And they had masks on, but she took hers off and was like, I can't breathe in this shit. So she took her mask off and was hacking on me and we all got sick when we got back from Disney. We were only there 4 days. So the time period makes sense. It could, I mean, with any sickness, right? What is that? What's happening? Do you hear that? What is that? Oh my God, that's so embarrassing. I really thought we were just gonna die. That was so weird. Did you hear how loud that was? Could you tell from here how loud that was? Imagine if like that was the end. Like this is where actually that wouldn't be a bad way to go if I was on Whiny Wednesday. It makes sense with my life that I would just like some helicopter was just about to crash into my house. I don't know if you heard that. It was like it sounded like a plane, but it was shaking my house and it was like I really was like, is something gonna crash into me? Like Dave Matthews, crash into me. He's denying the worst long COVID symptoms, migraines, vision loss. I get, my migraines that I get, knock on wood. I had one in December after like so many years, which I mean could have been. I got my booster, the last booster in November, I think. Maybe it was related to, I don't really know, but I hadn't had one since I lived in Virginia in like 2016. I don't think I had one since then. But my vision goes out and like it's almost like I can see like a pinhole of vision, like everything like it starts small and then it spreads and like all my vision but a little tiny bit like I cannot drive, I can't even walk. It's very scary. It's really the first time I had it, I was in 6th grade and I thought I was dying. I was like screaming, "I need the nurse. I need the nurse. Help! I'm going blind." I was like, "I'm going blind. Oh, I'm going blind." It's funny now, but it was not funny then. And my mom laughed at me on the phone and was like, "Oh, it's just the migraines. I get them too. Your father gets them. Yeah, sorry. You got our genes." Like, oh, okay. I did feel better that it wasn't going blind. But that's scary. I'm really sorry that he had to go through that. Hopefully that won't be a permanent thing. Like even if it's long COVID, hopefully do they say anything? They don't know much. They don't know enough, right? My friend got she's autoimmune too, but she avoided COVID till just a couple months ago and she got it and it was like fine for a week or two. Then it like almost I think almost went away, but then the cough got worse and then she needed nebulizer and steroids like her so she's had breathing issues for a couple months. Ocular migraines, yeah. Mm. Oh, you have numbness? Jesus. Damn, it's scary shit, isn't it? I hate it. You say, poor baby. Oh my gosh. This COVID shit. Oh, I mean, hopefully I mean, it seems like, I mean, it's always going to be here like the flu, da da da. So it's not gone forever, but I'm glad that it's not what it was. It was horrendous and taking us down as a society. Uh, I do think like no matter how strict or not strict or whatever, like everybody was affected by it. It's like so weird to think we lived through that, you know? They just lifted the mask mandate at our hospital. Oh, yeah. That's interesting because ours the hospital. I don't know if our hospital, yeah, I think our hospitals are optional. And I think it's been like that for like a month. But our county was getting so much shit because of how strict we were that, elections are coming up, right? So this gets political. Elections are coming up. So the ones who want to get reelected are like, we gotta go with what the masses want. And everybody was over COVID, right? Like nobody wants to be wearing masks anymore. And I I wear them if I feel like it's gonna be a crowded area, but I'm like, why not? Like if it's in a crowded store or something. Um, you know, at this point, it's like it's been how long, and I've done everything. We've done everything we can to avoid it, and we're gonna get it at some point. It's just gonna happen. My friend I'm going out with tomorrow night, she was like, "You're literally the only person I know that has not gotten." She's like, "Everyone has gotten it like once or twice at least." I'm like, "Well, we lived like Kimmy Schmidt for 2 years, basically." Oh, oh my goodness, it's crazy. Yeah, Kayla, I don't know if you know, Cora actually the first year I homeschooled her. Um, because of my especially my husband's situation, her doctor was like, "I think you should keep her home. I don't think she should be going to school until there's vaccinations for the kids." So that was fun. It actually was. It was actually fun till it wasn't. Springtime was when I was like, I can't. I feel like homeschooling alone is hard, but we weren't like socializing the way homeschoolers normally can and do. So it was very isolating, and it was a lot of work. I was trying to like build my business and teach homeschool, right? So it was like and keep sane during a pandemic. No big. Yeah, it was a little stressful. Yay! Well, it's an hour. Okay, I guess we'll leave it there, shall we? I guess we'll have an hour-long show. Is that going to be our thing? We'll cheers it. I'm going to watch on replay. I'm watching Vanderpump Rules. Anybody into that drama? Marie, I know you're probably not, I assume. You're probably a little older and wiser than me. Mhm. Kayla, do you watch it? Do you watch trash TV like I do? Um, there's a lot of real reality TV drama to be had. Oh, look, I perimenopause makes me have a Zyrtec reminder to take my allergy medicine. Yeah, I need a reminder. Homeschooling is not for the faint of heart. Yes. Yeah. Well, I did teach and I loved it. So I was like, I can do this. And I could. I knew I could. I just knew I did not need to do it for another year. And Cord, I mean, I made it very fun. She even said, like, it was a lot of fun. But we also were both like, people. We need people, other people besides us too. Yes. Oh, you do watch it, Marie? Or was that from something else? Now I have Alzheimer's. I've got Alzheimer's on top of everything. Um, so anyway, I'm gonna go because it's time to watch my trash TV. You do watch trash TV, I watch it. Oh, you've gotten it. I don't watch Yellowstone. I don't watch Grey's Anatomy anymore. I will say I used to love that show, and then my dad got brain cancer, and then what's her name got brain cancer, and I couldn't handle it. It was too close to home because my dad was like actively dealing with brain cancer. Station 19, I've never even heard of, but now I'm curious. Cool. Oh my gosh, this guy's yeah, time to go. I'm saying this guys was so fun. No, this was fun. Um, deuces. Oh yeah, we gotta put our and now I do smooches and deuces. Deuces. Remember let's go with the intro song. Let's remember that real quick. You can steal a kiss from me if you promise to give it back. You can steal a kiss from me, but don't take my wine or my lipstick or my Dollar Tree back. Excuse my voice. Deuces. See you next week. Why isn't it ending? Because I'm not hitting it. Is it ending? Are you guys still there? Oh, bye.